Hello, Dennis here. I'm gonna go through the popular song End of EDM today as a last thing because I really like the song, but I don't have everything installed, so I don't have any plugins. But we're gonna first listen to the song until. We start here until the drop, I think.
End of EDM, end of ED, end of ED, end of ED, end of ED, and the end of.
And yeah, I hope you have heard the song. If you don't, it's on Spotify and on YouTube, End of EDM. This song was made, let's see, 22 9 sorry 25/9/22, 6 hours and 11 minutes. And this song actually isn't done at all. I just drop it because it's quite done to experience and listen to, but the final version isn't there yet. But we're gonna go through everything. First, we have the vocal here.
Electronic dance music.
So I just double it.
Electronic dance.
With effects and added starting with the strings full. Then we have the high strings, the low strings, and also the middle strings. So to get some clarity. So my reference track here was actually Hardwell's Who's in the House, and also Greyhound. I'm just gonna check really fast. I don't have it installed. Never mind. So I created this piano melody first with the chords. And the plan of the track was to make a pure EDM song that evolves every drop and also pretty long like Greyhound. So I added also the pluck here. Sound like this. And I'm just gonna show what it is. It is square from Nexus. And the processing on it is EQ with a low cut and some boost here and there, and just an OTT. I mixed this very lightly because I just want to get the idea done. I did the whole idea in 6 hours, so it's a very complicated track, and I've written all the text by myself actually. Like this. So we skip the acapella for now. See if we're gonna go back to it. So the intro actually is long because of the acapella is. Let's see here. Yeah, I really wanna end the acapella with the hands up moment with the synths and saws and like that, and also loop the acapella. And I'm gonna show how it's supposed to sound like, not like this right now. And we can go further to harm top melody. So it's portamento lead with slide. Gonna check here what I did with it. Yeah, I used only a low cut and some sidechain. No, I didn't sidechain because I sidechained only the drop. The sidechain is when you duck the bass and the synth, so it's getting like a jumping effect to get a groove, and also when the kick hits, the synth, the bass stops, and when the kick don't hit, yeah. So then I added a saw break lead, staccato strings to support the other strings. And the saw melody that I took inspiration from Hardwell and Swedish House Mafia. Don't Worry Child, like that melody that they have. I tried to make something similar in the and it's also only a low cut just to get rid of the bass frequencies here. And the horn melody you see here, G5 to A5, and if we go back to horn melody, it's C6 into this. So it's a hard melody that countered the real melody. So if I just play them both, they match perfectly. But I add also a support lead in the break. Used 3 leads to support. Why this is so low in volume when you listen to it on Spotify is because it's actually not mastered at all. It's just EQs for the lows and some effects that's not here, because I'm gonna sit with this song 6 hours more and 6 hours more, because I had a vision how it's gonna sound. But actually I'm gonna show the drop, because that is how the song actually started. It started not with the chords or the melody. It was just this drop. And then I just took and replaced it with bass, and also added a harp to try something. And it's not in the track, I think, but yeah. So I don't start ideas with the drop. I start always to build it around the drop, and then when the drop comes, I know exactly what to do. And then we got the sub bass here. I'm just gonna see if I can just take that. See what. And this is actually also very low, and use the EQ to control the sub where the bass is. I usually do like this. I'm gonna show Now, just gonna try to show what I do with the subways after that. Just gonna take some distortion, fast dist. Often I just press up the threshold and get a nasty sound, and after that I just take a parametric again and just take this and try to boost the bass because it losing so much power. So that is one method to get a good sub bass, to add distortion. But we continue here. So we're coming up to the break. I'm just gonna put everything on and mute the acapella because that isn't quite needed and hasn't that effects. Yes, so here we go. And then we have a filter cutoff with the soul melody that playing and explode. And some short breaks that wasn't here and it's starting to get somewhere. I introduced drop and building up. And we'll go through the main drop. It's actually 3 drops, 1, 2, 3 in this track. And my idea was to make a rave track or like a techno track more than, yeah. So I started with this lead. I think, let's see here, 24. Yeah, it's linked to lead out, and yeah, right. This I remember now. When it's the first time I open it in since I make it. I link it the main lead and made some cutoff, and the lead out has some effects, simple effects to just try FL's own plugins. So I just take a EQ and remove the lows again because OTT, because I want to be sure if, example, we go to lead here. If I take this one, I cut the lows here. And if I cut the lows again, it gets better cut because I cut every lead also. And some OTT, it's like a compressor, like a saturator to get the sounding better. Somehow it shows Camera Crusher, but it says OTT. I haven't. And then I think, I put distortion on. And then I cut the lows again because of the distortion. Put some reverb on with high delay and high cut, low cut, and so on. Just try it. And if we just do this instead, just gonna check the video here. Yes. If I just take off the effects and put it on, so you can hear the better quality of the and I also have a lead out and lead effects. And effects I use put manipulators and everything that I can manipulate the sound. And if I don't like it, I just mute the bass. Now it's up in 15 minutes, but this is gonna take a long while to explain. Then we have the bass that I actually did which is Nexus. It's everything here is Nexus because I'm in the songwriting process, not the producer process. So the producer process is to picking sounds and samples, and writing process is to make the track finish, and then you produce and mix and so on. So with this subways, I wanna have some highs left instead of like that to support in the drop. And in the drop I add 4 leads with high reverb and so on. Also using the harmony lead as a drop lead. And if we usually do like this. Only thing I put on every lead and like that is low cut, and just then fixing lead out with distortion and compressors and like that. Now I put the reverb and delay stand off lead effects, but yeah, and the side chain isn't installed. Sorry for that, but then we go on. I add like a Swedish House Mafia actual thing in the drop to get energy. And in the break I tried something actually. Yes, here I put this as in the break very low, so you don't hear it actually in the track yet. Then I did a ARP with a simple sound. Just go here, go to arpeggiator and auto and sustain. If I just click here, it's off, and do like that. So it was a very fun way to make an ARP without using a ARP. And then we have the piano to support the strings. And I wanna make the break very short and directly into the next melody, which is different from the first one. I'm just gonna show the first one, which is this one, and then we have this one. This one, it's more like a ravey and slower melody than the last before. Then we have the top lead, which also is changed if you horn top. because no, it's the same. Sorry, I thought I have a other version I'm gonna put in later. Then we go to and then a short build up to the next drop. And here I change the bass to Melbourne bounce feeling. I'm gonna mute the drop. And I'm gonna actually talk about the kick. Why it's so powerful. One thing is, let's see here. Yeah, one thing is that I boosted the bass on the main kick, added a top kick as a side kick, side trance kick. I think I used, no, I didn't use the same mixer tracks, and the top kick hasn't processing. But I like the two cooperating together. And this was the cinematic break that I really don't finish at all, and like that. So I just place it and like did some things and just move on to the third drop, which actually gonna be like a side drop. I'm gonna set loop. This is a side trance. See if I can. Yeah, don't matter now because so bass då. Nej. I tried to show a side trance loop, but it's gonna be a part 2, so you know, after this.